Southern Utah. This iconic western landscape is the result of 25 million years of sandstone erosion, which have left deep canyons littered with boulders and pools of freezing water. It's harsh and uninhabited, which is exactly why it appeals to experienced canyoneers like Justin and Jeremy Harris.
Jeremy and I have shared a lot of experiences as we grew up as brothers.
Justin's always been an icon to me. He's always been someone that I looked up to.
Canyoneering is a passion that the brothers have shared since they were 7 years old.
We can share things that brothers don't very often get time to share.
Today they're going to tackle a remote canyon over 50 miles from the nearest town.
We were looking for something that would be a new adventure, something that was going to be a little bit more challenging.
They camp for the night and wake up to a freezing winter morning.
Hey, little brother, wake up. What time is it? It's time to go.
It had been a while since we'd been out on a hike, and November was, it was a little later than we wanted to go.
It's freezing. We both had done quite a bit of winter hiking, so it wasn't something that was foreign to us, but it's definitely something that's going to complicate matters.
You sure you're up for this today?
I thought about that question, and I think, yeah, maybe part of me as his older brother thought that I needed to make the final say.
Yeah, are you? Yeah, I'm up for it. You drove all this way, right?
I made the decision that we were going to go for it that day.
Justin!
We started double-checking all of our equipment, making sure that we had all of the hardware that we needed, that the ropes were ready to go. Our route was going to head up towards the pinnacle and then drop down into Baptist Draw. Basically, at that point, it was like a little bit of kind of elation that we'd made the decision that we were going to go forward with this.
As they race towards the canyon's entrance, it's Jeremy, the younger brother, who's at a disadvantage. As a child, he suffered from a debilitating hip condition that led to a full hip replacement when he was only 21.
All of my growing up years, it was something that dictated what I was able to do and what I wasn't able to do.
Hip acting up? Just never liked the cold.
Jeremy's really suffered, and I was always a little bit in awe of the fact that with his artificial hip, he would push himself, and he would find a trail, or he would find a new peak that he hadn't climbed yet.
The brothers plan to follow a circular route. The descent into Upper Chute Canyon will take them 500 feet below the surface. To get back out, they must look for the side canyon at Chute Junction.
The scary element about technical canyoneering is once you go over a rappel, unless you leave your climbing rope there, you have no way back out. You have no choice but to continue.
The canyon has proven to be far more difficult than the brothers expected. They're now hours behind schedule.
The tension was increasing, the pressure was on. We really needed to get a move on. Well, it wasn't more than 100 yards, and we ran into a huge chokestone.
No, that's not on the trail notes.
It becomes basically a barrier that you need to climb up and over.
Got some water.
The last thing we wanted to do was fall down into one of these pools and get wet.
This looks pretty good. I think I can take this. Well, let me get back up there.
I was confident that we could down climb it and not have any problem.
Jeremy, wait! Ah! Jeremy! Jeremy!
I remember when I heard that splash, that was the last thing that I wanted to hear at that point.
Jeremy! Jeremy! Jeremy!
can't believe I just did that. Hold on to you, I'm coming.
Both hypothermia and frostbite were a major concern. It's the end of November and it's in Utah. I don't know exactly what the temperature was during the day, but it was well below freezing.
Freezing. There's no way we're climbing out of here. Just double time the rest of the canyon. Get back to camp.
Dusk is just 3 hours away and the temperature's dropping fast. Justin and Jeremy will have to move even quicker now if they're to have any chance of getting out of the canyon before dark.
More fire. Hot cuts are really good right now.
I think we were even in a bigger hurry after that happened. I know I definitely was.
All right.
Now the weather, which has been deteriorating all day, takes a dramatic turn for the worse.
It probably wasn't 10, 15 minutes before there was maybe an inch of snow. It was very cold. And then we hit another big chokestone. I remember looking down over the back of it and looking at that pool and thinking, oh great, water again.
You think this canyon has something against us, do you? Yeah, I think it might just.
It was a very tricky down climb, even though it wasn't far. There were very few handholds and very few places to stand on the way down.
And footing was a little slippery because of the snow.
I'm glad you were there.
And I remember just holding on to his hand because that was the firmest thing that I had to hold on to.
Okay.
I remember feeling a shift in his movement and believing he was going to jump to the floor because it really wasn't that far. I let go.
And the next thing I know, I'm basically falling.
Justin!
I knew without a doubt I had just broken my leg, and all I could do was scream. It was the worst pain I'd ever felt in my life.
Just stop screaming, you gotta calm down!
I had never quite heard someone scream in pain like that. It was a really helpless feeling to hear him scream like that in pain and not be able to do anything for him.
Just take it easy, bro! Get up and help me! Take it out of the water! Come on!
And I could really feel how bad he was hurt. It was very obvious that that there were things in places where they shouldn't be.
It's really bad, Justin.
Justin's shin bone is shattered in 6 places. Internal bleeding is already restricting blood flow to other parts of his body. They don't know it, but this injury could kill him.
Okay. What time is it?
I remember thinking that my brother has an artificial hip.
4-5 hour check back to the car.
When I looked in Jeremy's eyes, I could tell just how scared he was.
Really bad. You got maybe an hour of light.
I was gonna leave him there and hike out, which is really hard to do. For the fact that, 1, it's my brother that I know and love very much, and 2, that real soon I'm gonna be by myself.
Okay, you're gonna have to move me. Up against the wall, out of the wind. You ready? Okay, just do it, do it!
I think both of us knew just how serious of a situation we were in.
Justin's in real danger. Between his injured leg and the freezing temperatures, his chances of survival decrease with every passing hour. Jeremy needs to move on. It's another 4 miles to the side canyon exit, and the light is fading fast.
That's the side canyon there, right?
I'll just crow's nest it up here, double time it back to the car, call for help.
Just take it one step at a time. How you feeling?
Good. Considering I've never been this scared.
When we started divvying things out and going through the backpack, we came across my camera. And one of the last things that we did was take a picture of each other, because I remember saying, well, we better take a picture of each other if we don't ever see each other again.
I thought that maybe I might never see him again. And those things, yeah, those things go through your head.
Remember I was saying about you being my least favorite brother?
I never liked you much either.
Hey, chair.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you think the hike's going so far? Be careful.
Okay.
I could see him for a while before he went out of sight. And I remember telling him, think happy thoughts. And you can do it.
According to the trail notes, Jeremy should be out of the canyon in 4 hours. But so far, the route has proven more difficult and far slower than expected.
I think we were both pretty confident that I was going to be out soon and I could call someone and we'd get him out of that canyon. Had no idea what was really going to happen.
Deep in the canyon, Justin is beginning to realize just how badly his leg is hurt.
I start feeling this interesting sensation, and I haven't checked on my leg in a while, but it feels like maybe I'm bleeding. I'm looking at it and I'm seeing these blisters, these huge blisters that are coming to the surface on my leg. They're rupturing and the fluid is running down my leg. And the swelling has gotten a lot worse. And I didn't know exactly what to make of this. I knew it couldn't be good.
Swelling in Justin's broken leg has created so much pressure that blood fluids have burst the veins and capillaries to create fracture blisters. If infection sets in, Justin could lose his leg.
Hey, little brother. Wake up. What time is it? Let me go.
I burnt almost everything. Burnt my pants and burnt my jacket, but thankfully didn't start on fire myself. So I put myself together and headed back to where I'd left off.
Jeremy should have been out of the canyon by now, but in the dark and without trail notes, he has missed the side canyon exit. Now his every step takes him further away from civilization and any hope of rescue for his brother. Justin is starting to succumb to the effects of immobility and bitter cold. He can feel himself slipping into unconsciousness.
I know that if I fall asleep, if I get too comfortable, I might not wake up. And I'm thinking, I have to come up with something that's going to keep me sharp, that's going to keep me from going into shock. And so I'm sitting there and I'm thinking about my family, my wife, and my 4 children. And the thought comes to me, just repeat over and over again their names and their birth dates.
Madison Patricia Harris.
April 5th, 2000.
Tanner Justin Harris.
July 28th, 1996.
Mackenzie Susan Harris. Mackenzie Susan Harris. May 1st, 1995.
And my oldest boy, Skylar Christopher Harris.
Skylar Christopher Harris, December 3rd.
And I knew if I can do this 100 times and I don't get anything wrong and I don't forget what I'm doing, then I'm doing okay.
Deep inside the canyon, Jeremy hits a series of sharp drops, and for the first time realizes that he is completely lost.
I'm going the wrong way. There were definitely points that made me strongly question that I was not in the right place.
Maybe I veered off.
Jeremy's exhaustion is adding to his confusion. Instead of listening to his instincts, he plows on, getting further and further from the canyon's only exit.
Something was wrong. I knew something was wrong. But I hadn't seen my side canyon.
And the terrain is getting worse and worse. In daylight, this climb would be a challenge. In the dark, it's practically suicidal.
Patricia Harris. April 5th, 2000. Mackenzie Susan Harris. Mackenzie Susan Harris. May 1st, 1995. Skylar Christopher Harris. December 3rd. Patricia Lou Harris.
I got stuck. And all of a sudden I realized that one of my worst fears is happening, that I might be starting to lose grip on the situation. And that really scared me. And so as painful as it was, I pretty much forced myself to stand up and endure some pain to try and get my system in check. Pain would just shot right up in through my nerves, right up into my knee. It was terrible, but it woke me up.
At the bottom of the canyon, Justin's battle for survival has become one of sheer will and faith in his brother.
I knew he would do everything that he possibly could to get out of that canyon and to get help in for me. I knew he wouldn't give up, no matter what.
It's really hard to convey to someone how exhausted I was. I'd gone so far beyond what I had imagined my limits were. I wasn't sure whether I should believe that it was really there or not. And I approached it and it really was. I hadn't really even thought about my own physical condition. I was a wreck and kind of amazed at the fact that I was even alive.
It should have taken Jeremy just 5 hours to reach their camp. Getting lost means it's taken over 26.
I open the car and grab his cell phone, and it's dead. Plug it into the car lighter. to get some power and waited a minute.
After the superhuman effort that Jeremy has made to escape the canyon, he faces a final cruel twist of fate.
I couldn't get any service. I remember holding the phone up over the top of the car and couldn't get a signal.
As Jeremy tries to get through to help, Justin is struggling just to get from 1 hour to the next.
All you want to do is lay down and just go to sleep for a little while. And I thought about just how easy that would be. And I'm hoping that I can go through another hour. I can get through 2 hours, and then you get through that hour, and time passes.
Justin is beginning to realize that he faces another night in the canyon, a night he does not expect to survive. As the sun rises after a second night exposed to sub-zero temperatures, and with no idea if his brother is alive or dead, Justin knows he cannot survive much longer.
Hello? Hello? Oh! Hey.
And then all of a sudden, out of the corner of my eye, I see a face pop around this boulder. And I think we were probably both pretty surprised to see each other.
Justin, we see you. He's right over there. Base, we found him.
And it was like, you know, they're here. They made it. They made it down. It was wonderful.
So how are you feeling?
When I first got to Justin, just looking at him, I thought, boy, he's doing pretty good.
Well, aside from that shivering, I think I'm okay.
Shivering, it means that he is maintaining his core temperature on his own, so that was a good sign to me.
My brother Jeremy, where's he?
He needed some medical attention.
Why, what happened?
No, he just got into a little disagreement with the canyon over who was tougher. But he's gonna be okay.
I was overcome with emotion. For the first time, I knew that you know, he was out for sure, and I'm getting out of here now.
Right. Let's take a look at that leg.
I cut up his pant leg just enough to expose the injury where his leg was, and it just totally took me by surprise. As soon as I saw his leg, I knew that we had a very serious situation.
Although Justin seems okay, toxins and poisons have built up in his shattered leg to such a degree that moving him risks releasing them into his system.
When your blood doesn't circulate down through your body continuously, acids build up in your body, and if they are rapidly released back into the system, they'll go to your heart and it'll kill you. I really thought at that time, he has a really high potential of losing his leg, but even more so of losing his life.
How bad is it?
I'm gonna get you some morphine before we move you.
At that point, I knew that it really was bad.
I need to get my patient out of here right now.
And I was probably a lot worse off than I thought I was.
Yeah, thanks.
And that was kind of a tough pill to swallow.
Good to go.
I'm laying flat on my back, and you know, for the first time, I'm getting a pretty good view of the canyon that we came down to see, and so I'm kind of looking around, and it's a nice canyon. When we finally got up over the lip of the canyon wall, All I could see was a bunch of faces that I didn't know, and they were all looking at me and smiling.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks.
You do great.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, Justin, would you like to speak to your wife?
I says, yeah, I want to talk to her.
Trish?
And Trisha says, hey, are you okay? And I says, yeah, I'm alive. I love you, and I'm alive.
I chose what I thought was the easiest canyon, given the description.
This one's yours. We got one of these each, okay? Okay, we ready, guys? Where we're going. See what I mean?
But the beautiful scenery is the last thing on Jason's mind.
Where's Jay? Jay! Come on, Jay, move your butt. You want to go back to the car?
No, it's okay. I'm coming.
Okay. Come on, man up.
I wasn't feeling that great. I was just really sick, not feeling well at all. And they were saying, you can go back to the car if you'd like. It'll only be a few hours.
Jason kept saying, I'm okay, I'm all right. So we kept going. You know, I think in the back of my mind, I was hoping that Jason would say, I can't do this, let's turn around and go back.
And there were two things going on in my mind at that time. I'm not a quitter, so I didn't want to give up on it. And then the other thing was, what am I going to do for 2 to 4 hours? You know, I didn't really want to sit in a vehicle for that long.
The adventure kicks off with an adrenaline-charged challenge. They'll have to abseil down an 8-meter cliff face to the start of the canyon system.
I'm not sure about this, guys.
Come on. Jay, you can do it.
You're okay, you're okay. No, that's it. Come on.
Yeah! Well done, big man. You did it.
That was cool.
Ben has chosen a circular route through the canyons and back to their vehicle. There's no way they could climb back up the way they came.
It was probably a 25-foot drop. Once we went over that point, there really was no option of going back up the canyon.
The canyon is so narrow, it's not long before they have to leave the safety of solid ground. Now they use a technique called stemming.
You put your knees up against one wall and your backside up against the next, and you kind of shimmy your way until you can get to another spot.
I was rather in my own world.
You okay, guys?
This is killing me, Ben.
This is what we came for.
You never said it'd be this narrow.
That's when I remember them starting to voice concern. It was after that it started to occur to me that this isn't quite exactly what the description explained. I could tell that Clay and Jason they weren't ready for it. It was too much.
The higher above the canyon floor they get, the more nervous Jason becomes.
I was worn out. I was getting banged up, my knees were hurting, my hands were sore, and the farther we went, the more and more exhausted I was getting.
The canyon now bears no resemblance to the description. Ben accepts, for the first time, that he's made a massive navigational mistake.
I would just have this wave of guilt come over me, like, oh, what have I done?
Instead of the planned beginner's route, Ben has led them into the toughest grade canyon, with no experience and little equipment.
Ben, this is madness.
I'd planned the trip. This was my doing. And I was feeling an urgency to get out now. The pleasure of the canyon was gone.
What now, Ben?
Ben doesn't want to scare his friends. He decides they should press on.
I'm gonna climb out.
If I could just climb to the top of the canyon, just to the lip, I can drop a rope down to them. I will come back down and I'll help us get out. And then we'll walk out on top of the plateau.
Are you crazy?
No, I think I can do it.
I couldn't have lived with myself if we didn't all get out.
Jay! It's okay, buddy, I got it. I'm gonna climb out. I'm gonna set up a rope. I'm gonna get you out, okay?
Ben felt a lot of pressure to get us out. A part of me thought, should I talk him out of it? But a part of me thought, no, I trust Ben.
I can do it.
When it came to this sort of thing, Ben was the man. I mean, he had done this before.
I was just going to go to the top. I was going to secure rope and I was going to give us a way out. At the time, I didn't know what else I was going to do. It's my responsibility. I spearheaded this trip. I brought them to this place. That was the whole reason I decided to free climb a 70-foot cliff.
Ben is a novice, attempting an ascent that would challenge the most experienced climber.
Way to go, Ben!
But he's powered by a potent cocktail of guilt, adrenaline, and sheer determination.
God, he was doing good. I just kept thinking, come on. I felt like he was going to make it.
He was going up the side of the wall very quickly. I was quite surprised at how fast he was able to make it that high.
With no safety rope to break a fall, he risks his life with every move he makes.
You're doing great, Ben. Keep going.
I was just praying that he would make it to the top, and he got pretty far up. I mean, he was high. He was really high.
I love you, Clay!
I remember looking back down at Clay and telling him he was my best friend. Clay, you're my best friend.
You're almost there, buddy.
As I'm making progress, finding it a little more frightening to be higher and higher above the canyon floor.
That's it, pal.
He almost got to the top, and I was just really hoping that he'd make it.
I'm fine! I'm almost there, boys!
Ben has made it, 22 meters up a vertical wall of rock. His next handhold will take him over the edge.
I grabbed the rocks. The edge was kind of rotten, the rock crumbly.
I know that I'm going to fall, and it's just a wave of fear that rushes over me. I know instantly that I'm not going to make it, that I've failed.
It felt like he made it. You couldn't have been any closer.
Then, disaster strikes.
He grabbed onto that last rock just to pull himself up and out. And when I saw that snap, everything around me, it was silent, it was slow motion.
I've never heard a man scream like that. He knew he was in trouble and he couldn't do anything about it. It's something that I'll never forget.
This is a narrow canyon. This is extremely narrow. And it's just like ping pong going back and forth, just all the way down the canyon and just jarring his head back and forth.
I heard him hit both sides of the canyon. Then a large thud when he hit the bottom of the canyon.
Ben! Oh, God, he's dead. He's dead. Oh, God.
I just didn't think he was gonna be alive. I went crazy. And it finally came to my senses. I came to my senses and I said to myself, I gotta go see Ben. It's a lot easier to stem your way down a canyon than to stem your way up a canyon. So I get out of the situation that I was in.
Jay!
I don't think I wanted to face reality of what I was going to see.
Faced with the sight of his stricken friend, Clay slips into shock.
He started screaming out that he was dead, and he just kept screaming it over and over again. And I couldn't accept that.
Jason has to escape the narrow crevice that's trapping him and help his friend.
And I think just the adrenaline rush and the fear of my friend being dead gave me enough strength to start to climb again. I switched into something else, a survival mode. It was like I had to get out of there no matter what. I fought and fought. I remember I was screaming, clawing, just doing everything I could, and I was just inching forward an inch at a time, but I was moving, and so I didn't care, and I just kept fighting.
I was so grateful that Jason got out. I can't even tell you. When I saw Jason, it was just the most welcoming sight because he had it together. And I think he saw me going crazy and just knew that he better pull himself together.
I immediately started assessing the situation, trying to see what was going on.
Gotta get help.
I was going to have to be very calm and try to help Clay and Ben. I felt a great weight fall on my shoulders. His head had hit a sandy area about 2 feet away from that boulder. He was bleeding from his mouth, his nose, his eyes, and his ears.
All the signs indicate that Ben has suffered a major cranial injury. Jason might be too late to save his friend. Ben is slipping in and out of a semi-conscious state. Their day trip adventure has become a desperate struggle for survival.
He's in a bad way, Jay. How are we gonna get him out of here?
He's not dead. You hear me? He's not dead. Anybody?
The night was probably the thing that I dreaded the very most because I knew the temperature would drop.
Darkness has fallen. The temperature plummets below freezing, and Jason and Clay huddle together for warmth. They've already given their jackets to Ben to keep him alive.
This is the first time in my life that I'd ever been so cold that I couldn't stop my teeth from chattering. I kept thinking, I just can't wait till this ends. It's got to end, because it was so miserable.
It is so dark down there. It was cold. It was a bone-chilling cold.
And as the temperature drops even further, the weather worsens.
Jason. Jay.
What?
Look at the sky.
So that was one of my fears throughout the entire hike. And as the night wore on, it got cloudy and it looked like there was a possibility of rain.
It's not good. What are we gonna do?
Let's go rub Ben. Keep him dry.
Clay started looking for a place up off the canyon floor where we could be able to get to if it did start to rain. There was a little ledge about 10 feet off the canyon floor, and we were hoping that between the two of us we could get Ben up there. We didn't want to move him unless we absolutely had to.
Clay, it's getting worse. The best we can do, right next to Ben, keep him warm. Just hope to God it doesn't rain.
He didn't talk to us at all. His guts were hurting him. He was still bleeding. We prayed all night that no rain. We can't do that. We cannot do the rain. If you get a rainstorm, it doesn't take much rain for a flood to come, barreling through those slot canyons.
If there's a sudden downpour, the dry, sandy canyon would soon become a raging torrent. The prospect of a slow, lingering death would be transformed in an instant into a swift and violent drowning. The sun rises. The hours of freezing darkness have taken their toll on both body and mind. And the new day brings no relief. As Jason stirs from his half-sleep, he makes a shocking discovery.
With the pressure of his head, the water bladder actually popped open in the night and started leaking.
All the water's gone, man.
When we first assessed what we had, I thought we could last for at least 3 to 4 days. But then after we lost all that water in the night, I didn't really know how long we could last. It was almost completely gone. There was just a couple of swallows left in the bag.
They give the last precious drops to Ben. It might keep him alive a little longer, but they need to find a replacement supply, and fast. Without water for even a day, the blood thickens, putting strain on the heart. On day 2, the body's systems begin to fail. Surviving a 3rd day is unlikely. They urgently need help, but trapped 22 meters below the surface, any rescue will have to come from above.
We formulated a little plan together, one of us tending to Ben, making sure he was doing okay, while the other one would go and hit the canyon wall 5 times, wait for a few seconds, hit again 5 times.
Help us! Is anybody there?
We did that all day, back and forth.
Can you hear us?
Sound travels a long ways, And if we were pounding on the wall with the hammer, that was a good way for people to hear us.
But they're in the middle of nowhere, swallowed up by thousands of kilometers of uninhabited wilderness. As the hours pass, Clay and Jason begin to entertain their worst fear. Unless help comes soon, their friend might never recover.
He may be alive, but I didn't know what state of mind he would be coming out. I didn't know if he would be the same Ben that would be able to teach school and, you know, go on hikes again. I thought my buddy was gone.
I thought if he did pass away, it'd probably put us over the edge. We would probably lose it. It looked pretty bleak if no one found us.
A whole day spent hammering on the wall of the canyon has brought no help at all. And as darkness falls, the temperature plunges once again.
I looked over at Jason and I just told him, I don't know if I can do another night. I had a wife at home. She was 2 months pregnant. I had 3 little boys at home. I just started teaching school. I felt like life was so good, you know, and I thought I'm giving it all up.
I thought about having my kids being raised without a dad. Those were the moments that were tough for me.
Did a lot of praying. It was me just really trying to send some type of a signal to my wife that we were in trouble. I knew she would know that there was something wrong.
He started crying, and I could hear that he was really emotional, and I kind of broke down myself.
Their lives are nearing their end. It's just a question of what will kill them first: dehydration or hypothermia. And Ben will be the first to die.
I couldn't even imagine staying down there any longer, going through another night. It was the coldest I've ever been in my life down there.
We all 3 felt responsible for each other, and it would have been really hard to live with the fact that one of us didn't make it out.
Rescue is unlikely. They haven't left any details of their planned route with their wives. The only way out is the same free-fall climb that has left Ben clinging to life.
If Clay or I had tried to climb out, I think either we wouldn't have been able to get very far just due to our lack of energy, or we would have fallen and that we would fall to our death.
There's no way out. The canyon has become their tomb.
And at first, I didn't believe it.
We heard helicopters initially flying overhead, and we couldn't see them because the gap above us was so narrow, but we could hear them.
Hey, get out the camera! When it goes past, fire flash!
We had a camera, and we thought that they might actually see the flash. The helicopters approached our area.
It's a miracle. Someone is looking for them.
Jason and I were both just screaming and trying to get someone's attention.
It's the cruelest twist yet. A search and rescue helicopter has passed within meters of the top of their canyon. But 22 meters below the surface, they're virtually invisible.
I'm back.
We were so desperate because we thought they can't see us down here. When those helicopters went away, I just dropped to my knees.
It was so quiet. I just remember how quiet it was. It's something that I'll never forget.
We were desperate. All throughout the night, Jason and I were thinking they're gone. They're not coming back. And just wondering if Ben really would make it another night.
I remember sitting next to Ben on the canyon floor and going to tears quite a few times.
I thought my buddy was gone.
Jay. Do you hear that?
It was all just so unreal when we heard voices.
There's someone up there.
A ground search and rescue team had heard their cries as the helicopter flew past. Moments later, the chopper returned to winch them to safety. "30 hours after falling 22 meters to the canyon floor, Ben was airlifted to safety. The wives of the three friends had raised the alarm when they didn't hear from their husbands. By checking the internet research Ben had done on the canyons, his wife managed to locate the area they were in. While his friends quickly recovered, Ben was in rehabilitation for months. He had severe head injuries, broken ribs, and a burst eardrum. But eventually, he made a complete recovery.
I remember starting to climb up to save us. I was going to climb to the top. I remember brushing the dirt out of the cracks. The next thing I remember was waking up in a hospital bed at the University of Utah Hospital.
Despite their traumatic ordeal, the three remain best friends.
I shouldn't be alive. I should have died in the canyon. Jason and Clay did save my life. They were there when I needed them, despite my stupid mistakes.
I still love the outdoors, and we still go on man strips. We go hiking. We don't go to slot canyons anymore.
We still get together every month and go to dinner, and I still feel like they're my best friends. They're my brothers. Doesn't matter what happens in life, we're still really close, and I think we always will be.
After camping out for a night close to the Grand Canyon's north rim, 5 Boy Scouts from Utah are about to make their very first descent to the bottom of the canyon. 3 of the boys are close friends.
Is that bacon? Yeah.
15-year-old Mark Coons has been a scout for 4 years.
Could have done with some of that this morning. I was saving it for big breakfast tomorrow.
Scouting was really a big thing for me. I'm an Eagle Scout, which is the highest rank in the Boy Scouting program, and so, you know, it's meant a lot in my life.
Mark is friends with Jordan Weiniger, who goes to the same high school in Bountiful, Utah.
Every one of us boys, we'd grown up in the same neighborhood, gone to school together, and so we were excited to spend some time to bond and to have fun with each other.
It's still kind of heavy with all this water.
Nah, it's all that bacon I'm hearing about.
First rule of hiking, always be nice to the guy carrying the breakfast.
It's a good point, Mark. Maybe I should take that back.
Dream on.
Making up the trio of friends is David Phillips. He's the most experienced hiker of the three. It's June, and the day is shaping up to be blisteringly hot. The leaders are following the first rule of Grand Canyon hiking. Take water and plenty of it.
Okay, boys, don't leave anything behind. It's a real deal today. We're going over the rim.
Guy Davis is the Scouts leader.
Most of the boys that went, I knew very well. They were about as high as kites. They were excited for the experience.
I still remember my first time in the canyon.
Veteran hiker Lauren Pace is in charge of navigation.
Earl.
He's also brought his brother Earl along.
They're having a good time. Yeah, why not? Time of their lives.
After a couple of hours hiking, the boys reach the canyon's north rim.
When you walk around that corner and you see a huge panoramic view of cliffs, that go a mile down, there's nothing like it.
They have no radio and they're out of mobile phone range. If anyone gets hurt, they're on their own.
It was really steep.
As the most experienced hiker, David takes it in his stride.
Pack's off, guys.
Mark is a little more cautious.
You'd have to climb down a big rock and hand packs down to other people.
I got it.
So at that point, it wasn't just a hike, it was more of a climb.
A section of loose shale makes the going even tougher.
If you did put your foot wrong or something, you definitely could take a nasty fall, maybe not stop until you go all the way down to the bottom of the Grand Canyon.
After an hour of hot and exhausting scrambling, even Scout leader Guy is struggling.
It's very difficult to keep your footing as you were sliding down.
God, you okay?
I hit a log straight on, and it just, I managed to catch it with a part of the body you should never hit a log with, and literally knocked the wind out of me considerably.
You okay to stand? Come on, let me take this pack. On three. Come on, guys. 2, 3. Careful.
It's a lucky escape. It could have been much worse. In fact, they're still a tough day's hike from the river, and their water is almost gone.
We begin to say, gee whiz, am I going to be able to make it down to the river tomorrow? Have I got enough water?
Their obsession with every drop of water is becoming overwhelming.
Hey, Jordan, don't let it boil. It's a waste. Just gonna heat it a little.
Hey, George, they're much better dry. They're nutritious and delicious. It's like having loads of little worms in your mouth, just wriggling about.
I'm not hungry.
Come on, Mark. You gotta eat something.
I thought it was odd that I wasn't hungry after all that work all day. I don't know if that's some kind of side effect of dehydration or not.
But by the time the exhausted group is ready to go, the day is already blisteringly hot.
I know that when we did begin hiking, I don't remember what time it was, but the sun was on us. It was hot.
feel our bodies were dehydrating. We could feel the heat.
They're sweating up to 4 pints of water an hour and dehydrating fast. They face exhaustion, hallucinations, and as their blood pressure drops, collapse. Just before noon, they face yet another ordeal. A grueling descent down a steep, rocky chute. The few hours the boys hoped it would take to reach the river have long passed, and they're not even close. And now, the water situation is critical.
Is that it? You? Not a drop.
David shared a lot of his water.
Who wants it?
He gave the most of his water to anybody.
Come on, Jordan. Thanks. That's it.
Their life-saving water has gone, and they're still a good half day from the river.
I knew that we were out of water. I knew that, if we fooled around or wasted our time, I knew that we would run into trouble.
Come on. Let's get to the river.
Guy is struggling most in the unrelenting heat. He's fallen behind the rest of the group.
It was like being in an oven. I was physically exhausted.
Severe dehydration is putting Guy's body under intolerable pressure. Finally, it just gives out.
If you take a deep breath, that sensation that you have where you can feel the oxygen going through your body, I couldn't do that. The best I could do is reach a shallow breath, basically.
Two hours later, the whole group is desperate for water.
Anybody got any water left? No, I'm out.
Then Lauren remembers something that might just save their lives.
Hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. There's a creek runs up there. Half a mile along the ridge. There was water in that creek last June.
I'll go. Give me some cans.
See trees along the creek bank, okay?
In these conditions, the extra hour of hiking puts a huge strain on David's dehydrated body. But if he finds water, it'll be worth it. The creek is dry as dust.
Hey, Mark. Mark, wake up. Wake up. There was nothing there. Just an empty riverbed.
It was very difficult. We had no idea where water was, how we were going to get there, when we'd get there, or how much longer we'd last.
After 6 hours tough hiking, they're still a long way from the river. The temperature has climbed to a searing 112 degrees Fahrenheit. Dehydration and exhaustion are taking their toll.
Our bodies became weak very fast. Our pace that we were walking slowed down extremely.
For 71-year-old Lauren Pace, enough is enough.
Lauren, you okay?
Don't fuss. I'm okay. I'm okay. Listen, guys. The sun is a killer. There's some shade here. We should wait till it's dark.
Lauren reckons that hiking at night will be less strain on their dehydrated bodies. But the boys think that if they stay here, it could be the last thing they ever do. There's no easy answer.
There was a feeling among the boys that if we stayed there, that we would die, and it was urgent, not something that we could just sit around and wait for.
It's hours till sunset. We stay here till night, we're all dead.
Well, Lauren knows where to go.
Right, so he can tell us where to go. Come on. You want to just sit here, or do you want to do something?
Let's do it.
Mark?
Okay.
Going against their leader's advice is a big decision for the boys.
Lauren, we need to go on.
You shouldn't travel in this heat.
We're going.
When we left Lauren and Earl under that rock in the shade, it didn't feel like even a decision at all. It was more like, we have to.
Armed with directions, the boys head out. They're determined to reach the river and bring water back for the others. Back up the canyon, Guy is deteriorating. His fluid levels are so low that his body has cut off the supply to his sweat glands. Back up the canyon, Scout leader Guy is also losing hope. Out of sheer desperation, he comes up with a plan to make himself visible to any passing planes.
As I laid there, I knew that it would be hard for someone to see me because I was down below the level. I took out a emergency blanket.
Guy is totally alone and virtually helpless. It's his darkest hour.
When I realized how much of my strength it took just to do that, I was absolutely certain that there was no way out without help from somebody else.
Sheltering under cliff-top boulders, the boys realize they face a slow and painful death from dehydration.
In my mind, I knew we were gonna die. You're weak, your body hurts and aches, you have headaches. I just remember not knowing if I'd ever get up from that position. I remember that could be the last place I'd be, is under that rock.
The boys start to drift in and out of consciousness.
I had a dream of myself in a coffin. You know, my family walked by, but my littlest brother just broke down in tears, covered his eyes. I woke up and I was like, I don't want to die.
Even for experienced climbers, this would be a dangerous descent. But Mark has no ropes and has never rock climbed in his life.
I thought we were gonna die anyways. To me, death was gonna happen. And so it seemed like anything would be better, even if it was a ridiculous plan.
Hey, Dave. How are we gonna get back up this? To the others.
We knew that it would be too difficult to get back to the top of that. And at that time we knew that there's no way we'd be able to make it back to them with water.
But the boys have no choice.
We climbed down that cliff, which was very frightening to me, because I knew that if any of us fell, we would die.
Hey! I can hear it! The river!
You okay, Dave? My eyes are going funny.
It's a terrifying climb, but David and Jordan finally make it down as well.
David was leaning against a tree, and I was like, hey, we're almost there, guys. And at that point, David collapsed.
David? Dave? You okay?
Me and Mark went over to him.
Dave.
And I remember seeing Dave's eyes roll back in his head, and his breathing is really jumpy.
Yes.
And I just knew that we were in trouble.
The three boys are in a remote part of the canyon, and dehydration has finally made 15-year-old David collapse with heat stroke. With little chance of help, the situation is desperate.
Say something, David.
I'd taken first aid merit badge, you know, as a scout.
David?
They train you for extreme situations like this. I knew it was very serious.
Hey, Jordan. You guys get to the river. Bring back water. We're gonna get you some water, all right?
And as I went around the first corner, I could see the water, and it was about 100 yards away. And I remember getting to the water and just being so grateful. I just knew I needed a drink. You know, I wanted it so bad. And so I took a drink out of the water, but I knew that there was a higher priority, that Dave needed the water.
Why isn't he swallowing it? Pour it on him.
So the next thing we could think to do was to pour it on him to cool him off.
Come on, man. I'm out. I'll go.
Hurry, okay? Hurry!
I got to the river. And I took my bottles and I was filling them up and drinking a little bit. And when I pulled up the water bottle, I could not believe it. I saw 2 big yellow rafts coming around the corner.
Hey! Hey, over here, help! Hey! My friend has died! Help me!
The next thing I knew is I heard Mark yelling help from the distance, and I was just hoping for something.
It's an incredible stroke of luck. A minute earlier or later, and the rafters would have passed by without finding the boys.
David, can you hear me?
What's more, the rafting party is made up of off-duty doctors and paramedics.
Let's get him back down, let's get him wet.
Now it was such a great relief to me to know that there's somebody here that knows how to take care of Dave.
Mayday, mayday.
David is in good hands, but with night falling, there's no chance of a helicopter rescue before dawn.
Seemed forever that they were working on him, not knowing if he's gonna make it, not knowing if he'll die.
He's still hypothermic.
It was dark, so I can't really put a time on it, but somewhere around 10 that night, the one that said he was a doctor came over and said, "I'm sorry to inform you, but your friend has just passed away."
Sorry.
And it was a hard experience.
I think it really tore apart our hearts, knowing that our friend was gone.
By the time rescue helicopters arrive the next morning, Earl and the other boys have made it down to the river. Thanks to his emergency blanket, Guy was quickly located, while Lauren was finally found wandering alone in the canyon. They're all devastated by the news of David's death.
It's so weird, and it changes your perspective on death when someone you know and someone you've seen and been with an hour before, you know, or a couple hours before, and it was vibrant and wonderful and happy, and then he's gone.
10 years on, Jordan is a policeman in Utah, and Mark is training to be a dentist. they're still good friends. Neither of them will ever forget David Phillips, and both men stay in touch with David's family.